No one knew the Grand Astoria Hotel was built on stolen land. Not the staff, not the guests, sipping $1,000 wine beneath crystal chandeliers. But the truth was hidden in its walls, along with the name of a woman erased from history. All it took to awaken that truth was a jade pendant and a housekeeper who refused to stay invisible. She arrived just past noon. Mei-Ling Zhao stepped out of a black town car. Dressed in an ivory Dior suit with silver-streaked hair pinned into an elegant twist. Her movements were graceful, controlled, but what caught everyone's eye wasn't her outfit. It was the pair of antique leather trunks wheeled beside her, out of place among the Louis Vuitton bags. She spoke Mandarin, clear, direct, urgent, but no one at the Grand Astoria understood her. The doorman smiled nervously, the bellhop shrugged, and at the front desk, Chelsea, polished and confident, offered a tight-lipped apology. "I'm sorry, ma'am. Do you speak English?" Mei-Hua's brow furrowed. She tapped her phone, displaying a confirmation email in Chinese with today's date. Chelsea frowned, checking the computer. "It says you're booked for tomorrow," she said slowly. Then again, louder. Across the lobby, Ayana Brooks, a quiet housekeeper with a sharp mind and a past few people knew about, paused mid-step. She watched the scene unfold with growing discomfort. Ava had once lived in Beijing. She spoke fluent Mandarin, but she'd buried that part of herself until now. She walked toward the desk. "I can help," she said calmly. Turning to Mei-Hua, she asked in Mandarin, "Are you all right?" Mei-Hua's eyes filled with sudden relief. She reached out and gripped Ava's hands. "Finally," she said, "someone who understands." Within minutes, the tension in the lobby began to lift. Ava translated quickly, explaining the reservation confusion, the special room requests, specific temperature controls, no floral scents, and the urgency Mei-Hua had been trying to express. Chelsea, now flustered, apologized profusely. "We'll prepare the suite immediately," she stammered. Mei-Hua gave a soft nod, but her eyes never left Ava. As the staff scrambled, Mei-Hua remained standing in the center of the lobby, like a statue carved from elegance and silence. Guests passed by, their eyes lingering on the old trunks. Whispers followed her, assumptions, judgments. Two women in designer heels chuckled nearby. "Probably her first time out of China," one said. "You know how they are. All money, no manners." Ava heard them. She didn't flinch, but the words sat heavy in her chest. She recognized the tone, thinly veiled contempt dressed up as curiosity. She had heard it directed at herself too many times. Quietly, she turned to Mei-Hua. "Would you like to sit somewhere more private?" she asked. "I'd prefer to wait near the elevators," Mei-Hua replied in Mandarin. "My belongings are not to be left unattended." As Ava began to walk away, she noticed something slip from Mei-Hua's coat pocket. A jade pendant shaped like a phoenix. It landed silently on the velvet carpet. Ava bent to pick it up, examining its intricate gold chain and deep green stone. The craftsmanship was stunning. She looked up, ready to return it, but Mei-Hua was already in conversation with the concierge. Ava hesitated. Something told her this pendant wasn't just jewelry. It was a key, not metaphorically, but literally. She slid it gently into her pocket. She would return it, just not yet. What started as a translation favor had become something deeper. Ava didn't know why this woman had come to the Grand Astoria, but she intended to find out. That evening, the hotel's tea lounge glowed with soft amber lighting and the mellow notes of a live pianist. Most guests had gone out for dinner or shows. Mei-Hua, however, remained alone by the window, untouched tea cooling beside her. She stared out at the skyline, motionless, elegant, but utterly isolated. Ava, now off shift but still in uniform, lingered at the lounge entrance. She watched the woman in silence, hand resting lightly on her pocket where the jade pendant sat. She felt the pull again, gentle but unshakable. He crossed the room. "Excuse me," Ava said softly, standing at Mei Hua's table. "I believe this is yours." She opened her hand to reveal the pendant. Mei Hua gasped. "You found it! I saw it fall from your coat." Mei Hua took it, eyes shimmering. "This means more than I can explain." Then she looked at Ava with an intensity that surprised them both. "How do you speak Mandarin so well?" "My mother was a cultural attaché at the U.S. Embassy in Beijing. We lived there for 2 years." Mei Hua's expression shifted. Something opened. "Please, sit with me." Ava slid into the seat across from her. Words poured out of Mei Hua, fast, desperate, grateful. "I came to New York to recover something lost. My grandmother once owned property here, land where this hotel now stands. After World War II, she was forced to flee under threat. I've spent years tracing documents, maps, archives, pieces of the puzzle." She touched the pendant. "This belonged to her. Part of a set. I believe the matching piece and answers are still hidden inside this hotel." Ava listened, her pulse steady but her mind racing. "You need help," Ava said, "and I think I was meant to be here." Mei Hua smiled for the first time all day. "Yes," she said, "maybe you were." The next morning, Ava arrived early, no longer in her housekeeping uniform, but in a tailored blazer borrowed from a friend at the front desk. Mr. Halston, the hotel manager, blinked when she entered his office with Mei Hua at her side. "Miss Sang has requested me as her personal liaison for the remainder of her stay," Ava stated calmly. Halston tried to object, but Mei Hua cut him off in perfect English. "You may not understand what's happening yet, Mr. Halston, but you will." From that moment forward, Ava wasn't just translating. She was researching, digging, connecting clues. Mei Hua's antique trunks, once a curiosity, revealed carefully wrapped documents, blueprints, and a faded photo of a young Chinese woman standing in front of what would later become the Grand Astoria. Her grandmother, standing on land she once owned. The final piece came late that night, tucked behind a loose board in the old maintenance hall, a sealed door, hidden in plain sight. And the jade pendant? It wasn't just symbolic. It fit perfectly into a small carved indent in the wood. The door clicked open. Inside was a room sealed off for over 70 years. Silk tapestries, King-era furniture, family photographs untouched by time. It was the proof Mei Hua needed. They documented everything: photos, video, records. Ava uploaded backups to cloud drives. No one would erase this again. By week's end, an article exploded across the internet. The Grand Astoria's stolen legacy. The evidence was undeniable. Public pressure mounted. Protests began. Lawsuits followed. Mr. Halston resigned. And Mei Hua? She didn't just win, she reclaimed a legacy. Standing on the hotel steps, camera flashes blinking around her, she turned to Ava. "You didn't just translate my words," she said. "You helped restore a voice long silenced." Ava smiled, eyes shining. It was time someone listened. For more true, powerful stories like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.